it's Lisa Cuneo. Welcome to my scrapbook table. Today is the last day of 30 days of sketches, and in fact it's the extra day. It's March 31st, and this is the sketch, and this is one that I created for this round of 30 days of sketches. So 2 pages, some small photos, a couple vertical photos, some little banner pieces, some mixed media, and there's a spot for journaling too. So let me show you the pictures I have, and I've done a little bit of prep work. These are photos from Phipps Conservatory in Pittsburgh, and all of this is the florals and the glass expo that was there. So I have triple matted these 2 vertical pictures. I thought this one was so interesting with all the, I don't even know, that part of the trunk, and then it looks like these are roots that are up out of the ground. And this is a bird of paradise, which that flower always fascinates me. Then I have cut 6 smaller photos. They're about 2 by 2 squares. The app that I use, Project Life app that I use, to create my smaller ones, for some reason, sometimes lately, they end up printing out with one of the measurements being off a little bit. So this one is not quite 2 by 2, so this one's a little shorter, but that isn't going to matter in the long run. So what I'm thinking, and I'm still debating, I might use these black and white pieces and do a little bit of mixed media on those, because I like the black and white with the yellows and aquas I'm using, which are from a lemonade, Simple Vintage Lemon Twist from Simple Stories. So I may do that, but I also have these black and white rub-ons from Simple Stories, and these from Simple Stories, which look nice with the oranges in 2 of the photos and the yellow that's in the paper. And also, I think, like, here's some of the pink that's this. So I might end up using rub-ons instead. And I have this out to think about distress inks to add to my background paper, whether it's to the white or whether it's to this black and white print. So I'm gonna make a few decisions about that, and then I'll get started and come back with my voiceover. So I am back, and I have decided to not use the black and white print paper, but to go with rub-ons on the white cardstock. This is whatever the brand at Joann's is, Park Lane, I think, white cardstock. And I had a lot of trouble with the rub-ons. I don't know if it was the rub-ons or the cardstock. I really struggled. In fact, I cut out a lot of putting the rub-ons on because it just took such a long time. So I have just penciled in where my photos are going to be so that I don't waste the rub-ons where they're going to be hidden. And I'm just double checking there. And this one has a word on it, so I do use a ruler and make sure the word is straight. It ends up not mattering because most of the word's covered up anyway with some embellishments. So these rub-ons were from All and Create. And again, I don't know if the struggle has to do with the cardstock. I bought these about a year ago, probably 9 months ago, because I'm pretty sure it was in the summer last year. So they're not that old, but they could have been on the shelf a long time, so maybe they are pretty old. Since I didn't need perfect coverage, it's not like these were a title or anything. They were just supposed to add a mixed media look to this background. It really didn't matter that they weren't coming off well. I just used bits and pieces to fill in where needed, and it turned out really pretty. I'm So happy with how this looks in the end. It just was a little bit of a struggle to get there. I do also end up using some of the Black Simple Stories ones as well. So this one, I'm cutting out a little bit that would be hidden by the photos because I don't know at this point how much of these rub-ons I'm going to need. I end up using just about all of them. I didn't use the pink that you see at the very top of this screen there. There's a pink and an orange beneath it. I saved those for another day, I think. But these bright colors fit with the bright colors of the flowers, and I liked that feel. The paper that you saw before was Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Lemon Twist, but I also end up adding, let me double check, some Simple Vintage Cottage Fields to it, and those went together pretty well. You'll see in the end. I was kind of surprised that it worked out, but it did. The black kind of ties it all together. Long ago, I heard somebody say, if you're struggling with a card and things just don't look right, add some black. And I have found that to be good advice, and it worked well here too. So other than the 12 by 12 cardstock, the only paper I used on this was some scraps from the two collections, and I keep a stack of black and white. It's lightweight cardstock from Hobby Lobby, and it's 4.5 by 6.5. Janet Fritz talked about that in a couple videos a long time ago, and I ended up buying that. I keep it right in this file on my desk, and it comes in handy for things like this. So I used 3 pieces of the black, and that was it. The rest of this layout is creating the mixed media look. It's not, I don't know if rub-ons count as mixed media because there's nothing wet about it, but or inky, but they sure look like mixed media, and I love how they turned out. So now I'm cutting various scraps into banner pieces. I'm using different widths, different lengths. I use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink to ink the edges of all these pieces, and I took a black and white polka dot piece and I inked it with festive berries so that the white was pink and tied more into the rub-ons. Kind of brought everything together. I'm watching a movie on YouTube, and so when I reach up there to my Chromebook, it's because I'm skipping the ads. And I'm using some repositionable adhesive from Creative Memories because that way, if I want to rearrange the banners, I can do so without difficulty. There was no rhyme, no reason to how I layered them up there. I just did. And then I sort of did the same thing here. Now I've cut off the extras and I pulled out the foam stickers from Cottage Fields. So Beautiful is going to be my title. And then I pull off this floral cluster and some hearts. And then I pull a few hearts from another collection as well. So you don't see it yet, but my journaling says, we had a lovely afternoon at the indoor gardens of Phipps Conservatory. I was so excited to see glass sculptures by American artist Dale Chihuly. I'd only seen his work on Antiques Roadshow, so this was a fantastic and welcome surprise. And just like it shows in the sketch, my journaling will be nestled on the right-hand side in the corner that those photographs make. So I add, again, some more black. These are the foam thickers. from Simple Stories. I add a butterfly to each embellishment cluster. And I'm just looking through some more. Tuck those back in. I'm disappointed because the Today sticker, which I would love to have used on a layout, a heart got stuck to it. And when I tried to remove the heart, it tore the Today word. So I probably won't get to use that unless I just use it with a heart on top of it, maybe. This is an old... These are foam titles, but they're not as thick as the other ones. I really don't know what they came with. Maybe Storyteller from Vicky Boutin, maybe a Cocoa Vanilla. I do not know. We're just about done, and I have some places where I got some black ink because there was black ink on my finger and I didn't know it. And there's a little bit of black ink here. So first I just tried erasing it with one of those like sandy erasers, and it took a couple of the spots off, but not the main one, and I was frustrated with that. So I thought, what am I going to do? So you can see me there tapping my fingers, which I do when I think. I'm like, oh, I have the black rub-ons. And so I pulled these out. I pick one that just has some random letters. I cut it into, I end up using it in 3 places. 4 actually. 4 places. And that hides the stray black mark perfectly. And I think it added something nice to the layout, so I'm glad it worked out that way. So I put some at the top here, and these go on easily. I'm looking for my little tool. There we go. And I put some above this photo, below the other large photo, and then a tiny little bit in the 2 rows that have the small. Those are 2.5, I think, by 2.5. They might just be 2 by 2. I think they are. Yes, they're 2 by 2 because I printed all 6 of them on a 4 by 6 in my photo printer. So here I am adding some right there. And the last little bit. Oh no, not the last little bit. I haven't done the large photo there yet. This was a fun page to do. It's very different than my usual. When I created the sketch, I had absolutely nothing in mind. I just had a piece of graph paper in front of me and I started drawing some squares and rectangles, and this is what I ended up with. So I'm really happy with it. I debated about adding black splatter, and I didn't do it because I was afraid I would ruin it and really not like it. And in the not too distant past, I redid a page by cutting some things apart and doing that, but that wouldn't be possible for this one. These were all the rub-ons I had like this, and if I ruined it, there was no going back. So I decided to not add the black splatter. You can let me know in the comments if you think I should have. So I ended up accidentally, I show you that I'm drawing the lines for my journaling, but then the camera got turned off and I didn't get it turned back on. I'm sorry. So I do show you the journaling here in a moment in some still shots, but you don't see me actually doing the writing. So this ends the 30 days of sketches. I hope you have enjoyed it and gotten some inspiration from the wonderful creators. Thank you for Christy, who organizes it all. That is a huge undertaking. And to Holly, who creates the PDF for us. Here are the still shots. I'm really thankful that you joined me today. I hope you'll come back soon. And if you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Take care, and I hope you get to scrapbook something very soon. Bye-bye.